we should not imagine that the fact that the British Empire was dismantled or the Dutch Empire was dismantled um, meant that the age of empires therefore ended. The 20th century was a very different technological system from the 18th century. Empires could now be virtual. They could be operated through technology and law, and they did not have to be operated through bureaucracy and armies in the same kind of way. And if you look at international law as it began to evolve under the British, but particularly in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, you realize that America, especially America, I mean, there are many other players, but America was the driving force, was able to construct a global imperial reality without, occupying lots of these territories through a set of laws that basically ensured that reality would be continuous with the previous imperial era. And so much of the reason that wealth was so continuous, that the distribution of wealth and property was so continuous from the 19th century to the present, is because we live in a dense legal framework that keeps it like that, and that keeps wealth flowing into the same centers again and again. Of course, you can have surprises. Countries like China can disrupt that system and can actually create a new reality. But by and large, the system of international law has been very, very uniform over the last 2-3 centuries. And so we did not move from a system of sort of imperial coercion and yoke to a system of sort of national freedom. We moved from a very crude and obvious system of international power to a much more sophisticated and invisible system. And that system is now in huge flux. And the reason that all of us are waking up everywhere in the world and looking at the same news headlines is because what is happening in Iran today and what is happening in Israel today is changing that reality for all of us. Because the legal system, like a nation state, the legal system ultimately depends on faith. It draws its authority from some kind of cosmological plan that we all agree to. And today, the cosmology that America put into place after 1945 is falling apart.